Hi, I'm Epokk, and in this guide I'm going to explain to you how you can easily escape with the PG-240X in the special operations in Far Cry 6. Now let's just get started right away. Now let's get started with how you unlock these special operations. Now first of all, the simple way to do that is you need to leave the gorilla main base for the very starter island, and you need to go to one of the three regions. It doesn't matter which one, so either go to Madrugada, Valle de or El Este, and when you have your first base camp there, you simply need to speak to Lola. She's going to be an NPC marked by a green star icon. Now, as of now, Lola only has two special operation maps, Mesozoico, which is kind of like Jurassic Park, and we have also Maceo, which is this contaminated town. Now, why do you actually want to do these special operations? Now, they're going to be for a few reasons. Now, first of all, you're going to get gear pieces when you can do them for the very first time, which is really great. You can additionally also get some Los Bandidos recruits, which is a really hard thing to say, but that's only if you actually have upgraded your Bandidos barracks camp facility. But in that case, if you have done that, the special operations will net you some additional recruits. And of course, the most important part is you're going to get moneda. This is going to be a unique currency used for black market purchases where you can buy overclocked weapons like, for example, the 1887 shotgun, MP5 submachine gun, and so on, which are really, really great guns. Now, how do we actually really easily complete the runs? Now, first of all, you can bring a friend. If you have someone you want to play with, be sure to bring them along. With two, it gets a lot easier, but honestly, I am always playing on single player. I'm playing entirely alone because I have no friends, and that is also very doable. Now, what you actually need to do is basically you need to enter the map. You're just going to exit the taxi at the main place you're going to extract. So you're going to come back to this specific point. But first you're going to go all the way to the other side of the map. So this is either going to be the visitor camp in the Jurassic Park knockoff, or either way in Maceo, that's going to be the entire other side of the contaminated field. Now on the other side is going to be a quite heavy fortified base. Now they aren't too hard to take on, to be honest. There are like only max 10 soldiers that you need to take on if you stay stealthy. Now I heavily recommend bringing a rifle, like for example the bolt action rifle that you got at the very start of the game with just a silencer on it and a scope, and you will have no problem. Once you arrive at that base, just try to kill everyone very stealthily, and you need to especially focus on killing the commander, the boss, the chief, whoever it's called, and he will have a key. Now, if you have that key, you can go inside the building, the only big building that's going to be at this camp, and then just go inside, and over there you will find this specific box. So you're just going to open it up, and then you will have your PG-240X. Now first you need to know what is really important about this thing. Now it needs to remain hydrated, it needs to remain cool. How do you do this? Well, there are specific tips, like for example walking in the shade, though that doesn't really work that great in my opinion. But the most important thing is actually that you just need to move from one water source to the next one. So basically you can hold it under a water tap, you can just go stand in a pool of water, just need to crouch, and that way it will start cooling down. Or you can just go underneath, for example, these car wash things, and it will also cool down. Now at any point you can just pull up the item, the PG-240X, by just going into your weapon wheel, and then you can just see the bars going down. Now the higher the ticks become while you are running, the more heated it will become, and whenever it's completely heated, it's just gonna explode and kill you instantly. Though honestly that hasn't happened to me just yet because it's fairly easy. Now, what is really important to do this successfully is that while you are moving towards that base with the PG-240X and a captain, just scan everything. Now, you will want to scan additionally every base that you will come by, and just want to identify already where are all the water sources. So you need to know where you're going to go immediately when you are in that area to cool down the bomb, which is really important. Also, kill all patrols. It helps out a lot because there are fewer enemies to kill that way, and that's going to make everything a lot smoother. Now, of course, there are especially routes that I would take. Now, I'm going to show on the screen right now the two routes for each map that I take each time. These are going to be the easiest one, so just follow that route. There are a lot of water sources at each point, and from there you can just go from one point to the next point. That helps out a lot if you just stick to that route. Now, one thing that I found extremely helpful while I was, keeping the thing cool and while the soldier was shooting at me is bringing an Amigo. Now, there is specifically one Amigo that I want to talk about, and that is the Ghost Panther Olusu. Now, this thing can actually do this entire run without you. This thing is indestructible almost. It can kill a lot of people with its abilities. It's really strong. It remains stealthy. It can kill guys pretty much instantly, and it's really hard to kill. This is a great Amigo. If you want some help with getting him, just check out my video. But it was a major help for me while doing these runs. Now, when you actually reach the extraction point, there's going to be a problem. Lola is not going to be there. So she has hit a snag while getting to you, while she actually just dropped you off, which is kind of weird. But anyway, she's not going to be there. Now, for that reason, you're going to fight off enemies. Now, it's actually really easy. Now, first of all, in the Jurassic Park knockoff, I keep forgetting its name. So what you just want to do is there are going to be 2 points of entries for the enemies. So you have a gate to the left and a gate to the right. So you're just going to place your Amigo on the left side. And for example, you are going to cover the right side and just help out your Amigo whenever he needs it. But in Lushu, probably he won't need any help. So just kind of keep knocking off people with headshots and it's going to be no problem. In Mesozoico, you're going to have a helicopter as your final wave. Now, I don't think this is going to be too bad. So what I just did was actually just stay behind a rock and just try to shoot down the pilot. That was no problem. Now, in the case of Maceo, you can really easily get on top of one of the apartment buildings. So just keep your Amigo down there and he's just gonna rip everyone to shreds. And just keep shooting from on top of one of those apartment buildings. There's also a water source on each one, so that's going to be a really easy way to keep your bomb hydrated while you are fighting off the guys, just popping them up from an elevated position. Now your final wave is going to be a tank, and tanks are probably the hardest ones to overcome in this game in my opinion. Now what I actually just did is I just used my Supremo and just have some rockets destroy it really easily. But that is the way that I do my special operations without any problem. Now it's going to be really important that you really get the knack of these things because they are going to be the best way to get some moneda before you have done the final mission at least. After that you can do the insurgency mode to get some moneda. Either way, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content just like this one. I want to thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!